Apart from removing impediments, what is the role of a Scrum Master? Hello, welcome to the Scrum chat room. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button. We're giving it to you, Ray. We're giving it based on the practical environment. I know many people are really fond of the fact that, oh, I'm a Scrum Master. I help my team to remove impediments. I help my team to remove impediments. And now you're being faced with a question and interview. Apart from helping your team to remove impediment, what else is your role as a Scrum Master? Okay. It's kind of an open question, but it's also a very important question. And otherwise, you can also rephrase this question like, all right, it's something like, it's a bit different from the question, a day in the life of a Scrum Master, which talk about what you do every day. That's part of it. But then apart from removing impediments, it's more like a responsibility, right? Now, apart from creating that responsibility where you sit, you help your team remove impediments, solve problem, what else do you do? And I want to focus on a key role which many people don't know it. Or not that they don't know it, they're not expecting. And when they get into the practical field, take them unaware. Now, I had a scenario which had someone started their first day, and then they say, okay, can you own the Scrum calendar? It's like, okay, what does it mean by owning the Scrum calendar? All right, it's a very important, it's a very big role for those who many people are saying, oh, I need to learn Jira. Oh, I need to learn Jira. Yeah, it's good to learn Jira, very important. But one of your key role as a Scrum Master is to be able to put all the events in the calendar. So if you are claiming that you've worked as a Scrum Master and you're able to understand that one of your responsibility is to be able to own the calendar, make sure that all the events are scheduled, make sure that you're avoiding conflicts on calendar, then you are missing out on some of the role. So what exactly does it mean by you as a Scrum Master keeping the Scrum event calendar? Now, you have to be able to understand when it is appropriate to have a spring meeting, when it's appropriate spring planning, when it's appropriate to have your daily stand-up, when it's appropriate to have your retrospective and your review and your spring backlog refinement. And how do you know when it's appropriate? Number one, you need to understand the diversity of your team. Most people are working virtually now, which means that they have some members of their team located in the Pacific time or the Central time or the Eastern time. You need to take some consideration. We also have some members of the team located in India. You need to understand the time zone different. So as a Scrum Master, you need to be able to, before you schedule an event, you need to be able to understand the time difference between all the members of your team. Now, how do you understand the best time to schedule an event for your team? Do you reach out to every team member and say, oh, James, what time will it be available tomorrow? Oh, Peter, what time? Oh, Catherine, what time? Oh, Joy, what time will it be available tomorrow? No. Now, if you're a Scrum Master and you work with a company, now you have most of them use Teams and they use Outlook. So in an Outlook, you're going to be logged in with your company address. So if I want to schedule a meeting at, let's say, 2 p.m. For my team, when I go on 2 p.m. and I want to schedule that meeting, the calendar is going to show me the availability of all members of my team. And it's going to show me when all the members are available or maybe one member is not available. So in that case, I don't need to go after one person. I don't need to go through all the numbers to start asking, will it be available? Will it be available? I can see this on time. And normally, maybe when you get on board and your manager may say, hey, can you put a meeting on calendar for us tomorrow in the afternoon? And then you might be tempted to say, okay, what time will I put it? Is it 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? You have access to the calendar, right? So if you go on the calendar in the afternoon, you can look at when your manager is available and you can put a meeting there. Now, if your manager want to reschedule that meeting, your manager can go there, reschedule. Your manager will also be able to see what time you're open. So apart from helping your team remove impediment, as a Scrum Master, you own the event calendar. You should know how to schedule a meeting. You should know that from your calendar, from the Outlook calendar, you can be able to see availability. You should be able to take into consideration the different time zone where all your team's members are. And you should also be able to know what are the effective dates to plan major events like spring planning. For instance, it's not advisable to plan spring planning on Mondays and Fridays because people generally take vacations on that day. If I want to take a day off, I preferably take it off on Monday or Friday because I want a long weekend. So if you get on an interview and say, okay, what are the best days to schedule major events like spring planning and reviews, like Wednesdays are like the ideal day. Wednesdays or Thursday are like the ideal days to plan those events. Why? Because they're a bit further from the week. There's kind of limited opportunity that someone want to take a day off. So, no, that is very important. And also, apart from removing impediments and also owning the calendar, a Scrum Master is also what I'll call more like the brain box for the team. That's my own term, the brain box for the team. Why? Because you do more of observation and you see what can really help your team to move ahead and you suggest it. For instance, when I started working with my company, the one I'm recently working for, I realized that the team members were so close, they come, they just speak only when they need to speak. The environment wasn't so jovial. So I kind of, in the retro, I have strategies. I used to open up the environment, but I also suggested an event called the Happy Hour, which helped my team to meet like every last Friday of the month. We talk about cultures, we talk about other stuff, and the team has really been doing great with that event. So one new thing you have learned today, apart from removing impediment, you also manage the Scrum calendar. You schedule meetings, you make sure all meetings are on time, and then you also make sure that they're not conflicting. And now, as a bonus to this video, what will you do if you have a spring planning? Let me say, today, and 5 minutes before the event, your manager call you and say, hey, Mr. Scrum Master, I need you to cancel that meeting. I need you to cancel that meeting. And you need to communicate to your team members. What exactly will you do? That's a bonus question for you to check out. And I'm going to do the video tomorrow and respond to that question. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. And if for any reason this week, on the 21st and 22nd, Friday and Saturday, I'll be training for a Safe Scrum Master certification. If you want to be part of that certification, reach out to me. Check the description. You'll see a number. You can text me. You can send me an email. And if you also want to be mentored by me on how to land your first job, or if you already land your job and you find it difficult to scale, I also have a team that can help you get familiarized into that practical environment. Reach out. Thank you very much and do have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to share if this benefited you.